Welcome to day 9. Today's title is Positive Discipline versus Punishment Culture, Authority with Dignity. Good day, distinguished educators, students, teachers, researchers, and the professional in early childhood education. I am Dr. Bashir Ali Muhammad. This is day 9 of our 90-day structure engagement on early childhood behavior, environment, and learning. Let me begin with the questions demand honesty. Does fear produce true discipline or only temporary silence? Today's message is firm and balance. Early childhood education requires authority, but authority must build character, not fear. There is major differences between punishment culture and the positive discipline. First, what punishment culture produces? What management culture produces? Punishment culture focuses primarily on control. Its characteristics include harsh reaction, public shaming, excessive corporal responses or punishment, emotional humiliation, discipline driven by anger. Yes, punishment may produce immediate compliance, but it's not often produce a hidden resentment. Anxiety, dishonesty, fear of mistake, withdrawal from participation. Fear can silence a child, but silence is not learning, and the silence is not character. Punishment suppresses behavior temporarily. It does not teach replacement skills. Second, what positive discipline means? Positive discipline does not mean weakness. It does not mean lack of structure. It does not mean permissive. Positive discipline means clear rule, calm enforcement, logical sequences, teaching correct behavior, protecting the dignity of child. Authority must remain firm, but fairness must be controlled and instructional. In early childhood, discipline must answer two questions. What rule was broken? What skill must now be taught? Correction without instruction is incomplete. If you correct, then you give the instruction. Third, logical sequences versus emotional reaction. Positive discipline uses logical sequences. A logical sequence is related to the behavior, respectful in tune, reasonable in proportion. For example, if a child spills water intentionally, the logical consequences will help him clean it. If a child refuses to follow activity rule, the logical consequences may be temporary removal and the reteaching of the expectation. Notice, the goal is learning, not revenge. Discipline must aim at restoration, not to humiliation. A practical illustration for this: imagine a child who pushes another during play. A punishment driving reaction might be immediate harsh scolding, public embarrassment, severe penalty without explanation. A positive discipline approach would be like this. 1. Stop the behavior immediately. Number 2. Calm, explain why punishing unacceptable. 3. Require apology and repair. 4. Teach alternative conflict resolution skills. The second approach builds emotional intelligence and social responsibility. The first approach building fear. Pause. Authority must be predictable. Children thrive under predictable system. If discipline depends on the teacher's mood, children become anxious. The rule must be few, clear, consistently applied, and practice regularly. Inconsistent discipline create confusion. Inconsistent discipline create confusion. For example, in your class, if a child make noise, you are giving him maybe to cane, or you are asking him to handpick some dirties from the class, and you have to keep it up applying this punishment to all the remaining children all the day long, or all throughout the lives in your classroom as a teacher. So that was the inconsistency discipline create confusion. You this make noise, you ask him to wash toilet. That make noise, you give him 2 cane. That make noise, you just shout at him. So this will create confusion. Consistency create respect. Consistency create respect. Children respect authority that is suitable, not authority that is explosive. Reflection for educators. Ask yourself honestly, do I discipline in anger? Do I protect the child's dignity? Are we consequences related to their behavior? Do I teach replacement skills or not? You ask yourself as an educator. Professional discipline requires emotional control. Children borrow emotional regulation from adults. If we are unsettled, they become unsettled. The immediate application for this day, which you can implement it tomorrow, is in 3 steps discipline model. Number 1, correct calmly, explain clearly, teach explicitly, and always ask, does this discipline movement build the child's character? If the answer is no, refine your approach or redefine your ways of teaching or changing the behavior of your children. A deeper thought or perspective regard to this day 9, a strong classroom does not rely on fear. It relies on respect, structure, predictability, relationship, instructional correction. Every class depend, an active class depend on this. Early childhood education is character formation in motion. Early childhood education is character formation in motion. We are not simply managing behavior, we are shaping future citizens. Punishment may produce obedience, but positive discipline produces responsibility. But responsibility is far more powerful than fear. In conclusion, authority is necessary. Structure is essential. Boundaries must exist. But dignity must never be sacrificed. Positive discipline says, I will correct you, but I will not disgrade you. I will correct you, but I will not degrade you. Tomorrow we move on to an essential professional skill, observation and anecdotal record. The teacher's most powerful tool for understanding development. I remain Dr. Bashir Ali Muhammad. Thank you for your attention. See you on day 10.